Speaker John Boehner isn't yet calling for VA Secretary Eric Shinseki to resign.
Although I have to admit I'm getting a little closer.
And at the House Veterans Affairs Committee,
My patience is wearing very thin.
Republican Chairman Jeff Miller complains the VA has been stonewalling an investigation, slow to respond to document requests. 3 managers at the department have been summoned to testify at a hearing next week. On Capitol Hill, Jared Halpern, Fox News Radio.
All right, and we want to thank Benjamin Dunn, who is running for Senate in South Carolina, for joining us this afternoon with his plan to modernize and overhaul the VA. And I think the young man...
It's a great plan.
This is the thing I love about conservatives, is they actually come up with solutions.
Right.
It's not just let's throw more money at it. Let's fix it. And here's how you do it. And here's how you hold people accountable. And
they do it the reverse way from Democrats. Democrats come up with some massive solution that they're looking for a problem to solve. Conservatives, especially on the Republican side, find a problem and come up with a solution that works for that problem.
Exactly. And his website, by the way, is benjamindunn.com.
.org.
I'm sorry, benjamindunn.org. And it's DUNN, benjamindunn.org. And I encourage you to go there and read his plan to transform the Veterans Administration. And this is something, and we were talking about this during the break, having 2 to 3-star generals in these administrative positions,
and junior officers and
junior officers, throughout some of the lower positions, because these men and women, they have their careers to think about, and they have of course, they have the discipline of the military, and they have accountability, and so they want to. They want to move up in rank.
Exactly. They have something to lose. If they do horribly at this job, not only will they not get promoted, they may wind up getting drummed out.
Exactly. Or court-martialed if we have something criminal, as we apparently do now at the VA.
As far as I'm concerned, it is
criminal. I mean, if you're falsifying records...
it's negligent homicide. When people die
dying.
because that is negligent homicide.
And some of the other ideas, I thought having the congressmen and senators actually have to use the VA for their health care. I think that's and he was mentioning that some people may think, well, that's a benefit. Well, they're going to get good health care. Congressmen and senators are going to get good health care.
Yeah, they're already getting that.
They're already getting the Cadillac health care.
Why should they get better than our men and women who go out and risk their lives for this country?
Right, and they're supposed to be overseeing the VA anyway. So what better way to have oversight than to have congressmen and senators have to go to the VA to get their health care? Then they'll know. Is this working or is it not? Now, they might get preferential treatment. That some people say, well, a congressman, they're going to see him right away, and they're going to make sure that he doesn't get caught up in this maze of bureaucracy, and maybe that would happen. But at least they would see the level of care that these young men and women.
Well, I'll tell you what a smart congressman would do. A smart congressman would go through that system, and they would sit right there beside those veterans and talk
to them. In the waiting room.
And that would be, and I no, you see this young man before me, he needs to see you a whole lot more than I do.
Exactly.
I got time.
And I think that, some of this young man's ideas I really love.
Yeah, I think that the oversight panel, we kind of blew by that a little bit.
Yeah.
The very notion of attaching performance bonuses to actual performance, what a novel approach.
Well, that's the way it's supposed to be now.
Yeah, well,
but
that's why they're called performance bonuses, but boy, they have nothing to do with performance.
Because we don't have the oversight. And his ideas of having state-by-state boards that are appointed by the Veterans Administration, by
senators. He says here that he thinks they should be appointed in each state by the senators of that state, by members of major veterans organizations, to include the American Legion and the VFW.
Yeah.
The American Legion and the VFW, they really do have the needs of veterans at heart. I mean, if you've ever been around those organizations, a bunch of great people. And it would lend some prestige and gravitas to those organizations as well, which I think they well deserve.
And of course, the oversight that they would give a much better oversight than somebody involved in the federal bureaucracy who may or may not have ever served in the military. So, just some great ideas. I like the having active duty military officers involved in the administrative and throughout the organization. Again, that gives you...
I mean, we don't want to turn it into an Army hospital. We have those. We have those.
But I also think if you had one in each state, where returning vets who were severely injured, if you had a hospital in each state that they could go to, and then after they get out and they're in recovery, or if they're just going about life after that, then give them a card and let them use it at any doctor, any hospital in the country.
Yeah.
And that way, you know they're going to get the best treatment and the treatment that they deserve.
To some degree, they're kind of doing that. They've got a system now, which, civilians, most of us don't know about unless you have a member of the military who served. It's called TRICARE.
Right.
And it's kind of like a hybridization of the two systems.
But not they need to just take it all the way and allow those folks to go see whoever they want to see. All right, we got a caller. Go ahead. Who do we? All right. Mark Levin coming up here. We're about to wrap it up. But, call your congressmen and senators and go to BenjaminDunn.org. This young man's a sharp guy over in South Carolina. He's running for Senate over there. He may or may not make it through this primary of everybody in South Carolina running for that seat. But at least he's got some great ideas. And I think
Star, too. I didn't know that.
Brian Starr.
Impressive.
He's a hero. BenjaminDunn.org. All right.